Okay, Cindy, the floor is yours. Good morning, everybody. Let's get ready to take notes. We have Cindy Maddux this morning, and Cindy, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, you guys, I'm speaking to you guys about something that's really, really important. And when I got this topic, I thought, I was going to have tons and tons of time to get everything prepared, and I want you to understand how important it is to be prepared. Mine is on follow-up and enrollment. And I have to go back to the beginning of when I got called about this opportunity. And, I had just lost a company and my heart was broken, and I just was lucky enough that the two men that called me, who didn't have any, really anything to offer me other than an opportunity. And the key was is that this opportunity was nothing they could tell me about. They couldn't tell me how I was going to get paid. They couldn't tell me what I was going to be selling, and they couldn't tell me, the name of the company. So basically, all they could tell me was that it was a great opportunity and that I shouldn't miss out on it. And what an opportunity it was. And so, one of the things that I remember very, very it was like yesterday, you guys. And I've been in this industry for over 47 years. This isn't my first rodeo, okay? And I've been in an industry where I've been able to spend time with some of the biggest men and women in the industry, some of the biggest abilities to learn from some of those top teachers and producers in the world. One of them being Nathan Ricks, who I spent years with, and thinking about last night about some of the things that Nathan had said. And like they say, always be closing. But it's even more important than any other opportunity that I've ever been involved with because of the way that the compensation plan really works. And in so many cases, there were so many opportunities out there, and with some good products, you guys. I would never go out and just sell a product that, I was just going to do it for money. I was going to do it because it made sense and it was going to help the person that was going to be benefiting from it. And if I couldn't sell the benefits, I couldn't sell the product. But what I learned is that compensation matters. And when you think about where we are with three, now that we know the name, and with our products, now that we know how great they are, and the fact that we have a name and a compensation plan with the binary. And as far as I'm concerned, it's probably one of the best in the industry because it's not just a binary. And the way that you are helping people to get enrolled is so important. And when they say the right, you go left, you go right, you go left, you go right, you go left. When I came in the very first day, you guys, I had 21 applications in my hand. Why? Because the people that I was talking to believed in me. They trusted me. We had no idea what we were going to do, but they just said, whatever you're going to do, Cindy, we're doing it with you. And not trying to. And I think sometimes that we spend way too much time trying to get people convinced about the quality of a product, what it's going to do for them, and basically the fact that it has all of these good kudos. It's in the PDR instead of saying, if I just had the opportunity to sign you up and with the first 10 people that ever got involved with Nike, what would you think? What would you think if you had an opportunity where, it really mattered and that I don't have to explain everything to you. I just have to explain to you that where you are in my organization really matters. And why is that? Because of the fact that we have a right leg and a left leg. And a lot of my people on my left leg also get the benefits. And this is what you guys really need to focus on as far as I look at my business because of the millions and millions of dollars in volume. And when I say millions, you guys, I mean millions. Where I was placed was probably so important that I had no idea. And your people won't either. So for some of them, just trying to get them to understand that placement counts. If I said to every one of you today, Remember, we've all got those 1,000 rocks out in our front yard. And if you turn over those rocks, if you turn over every one of them, you're going to make $1 million. But you got to start turning over rocks. Let's say today you're going to just turn over 10. Okay. You're going to turn over 10 rocks. And every time you have a conversation with somebody, you're not going to say, well, we've got this yabba dabba do product. And you're just going to say, holy cow, I have something that is one of the most incredible opportunities that I've ever had come in front of me. And I really think that you need to take a serious look. I'm letting you know right now that I'm going to be working with 10 different people in the next 36 hours. And I want you to know that where I place you is important. As I said this to a woman last night, and I said, the importance of someone having the ability to work with other people and get that spillover. I had never had that happen, you guys, in my lifetime in this industry that I had been in. And when I started to see that, it was so important when you started thinking about, am I going to work with my family? Am I going to work with my friends? Am I going to work with business partners? Am I going to work with some of the school teachers that my kids go to school with? Who am I going to work with? And how I talk to them, and how important it is to get them to understand that I am making those choices today. Okay. I'm making those choices. And guess what? If you choose to say yes, and it doesn't matter, and this is what I tell people, I did not come here to spend your money. Okay. I came here to give you an opportunity that if you spend your money and you make that investment, I'm investing with you because my time is more valuable than that $2,000 that you're going to put up to buy those products. My time is valuable. It's the most valuable asset you will never get back. So you cannot waste it. Okay. No asking, no getting. When I'm talking to people, I'm asking them a few questions. Somebody said, well, you just ask the right questions. And I said, you don't understand. I said, if the person that is looking, the person that is dying on the vine out there, and you just threw them, I tell everybody, it's like you just got everybody loaded up on the Titanic, and some people are going to choose to go down with the ship. Okay. Because they're always going to go down with the ship. They're always complaining. It's never going to work for me. But I said, there were opportunities where people could live if they just went out. And I said, I'm going to give you a couple of lifeboats. I'm going to throw you out a couple of life preservers. Your choice is to whether or not you grab them. It's not my choice to make you grab them. It's your choice to grab them or to get in the boat. But it's my choice to say, look, we don't have to go down with some of these other companies out there that are ripping people off big time. And I see it all the time. I get prospected just like George does and some of the other leaders. I got prospected again yesterday about selling some patches and selling this and oh my gosh, Cindy, you'd be so good at it. And I said, if there is no science, you guys, there is no opportunity. There really isn't an opportunity. If there's no science, there's no opportunity. You can be good and you can be a great salesperson, but if you don't have validity and you don't have a heart to go out and continue to do this business and you're only doing it for money, you can go out and sell anything. But the key is that you want to make sure that you are, I'm losing you, George. You want to make sure that you're giving the information to the right people and that you're making sure that they have a few of their questions answered as to why and where I'm going to put you and how fast we're going to do it. So and every day you guys are talking about the three, getting your three people, getting your three connects, getting that. And in the old days, we didn't have just three connects. We would literally lock ourselves up in a room. And we were told that until we got at least 30 calls done, we couldn't come out of that room. We had to get those calls done. So I would go in and I would sit in there and I'd think, okay, who are the ones that love me the most? Who are the ones that trust me the most? Or who are the ones that believe the way that I believe? They're going to go out and do it because it's the right thing to do. I always said, if every one of you guys had the cure for cancer, okay, and I believed it all my life. I can't say it out loud. I can't say that what I do stops people from dying from a disease, but what I can say is that when you put the right stuff in someone's body and you put enough oxygen in there, and you can literally, you guys, Disease looks for dark places. You've got to be the light in every single opportunity and conversation that you have. Why? Because our products light you back up. They go in and they literally, you guys, they put the extras. And when I talked to somebody about the Vitalite yesterday, and I said, you know what, you are going to go see. They were going to go get an IV drip. An IV drip. I said, first of all, I don't like needles. Second of all, I don't trust all that stuff. Second of all, they're doing it just to make money. I'm doing what I do because of consistency. Because if I get you on a product and you stay on that product, okay, basically I'm building my bank, I'm building my fortune. Why? Because I'm helping you. Not just because I'm doing it to make money, but you're going to make money, you guys. It's just a time issue. And if you get out there and start throwing those rocks, okay, and people laugh at me all the time. When I saw the card, you guys, I've had a deck of cards in every business that I've ever been in. When Kim did that card deck, you guys, I'm going to tell you something. There are a lot of people on here that are spending way too much time with the threes, fours, fives, sixes, and sevens, and not enough times with the jacks, queens, kings, and aces. And if I said to George, I know George is an ace. George would say, well, I think Cindy might be an ace. Okay. And we're like minded. What am I going to do? I'm going to say, hey, George, you know what? There's an opportunity right now. I can't tell you everything about it, but what I can tell you is that if you miss out on this opportunity, you're going to be really, really mad at me. Okay. So I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to let you take a little bit of time, but I have 3 or 4 more other people coming in today. And because of our spillover, they're going to be above you or they're going to be below you. It's your choice. You let me know which choice it's going to be. Because if I start, and you guys, I have literally a stack. Okay. And I start putting names on those applications. Why? Because if I put your name on that application and I put a 1 on it, and you guys can validate this with Tracy, I literally, when I came in from my other company, every single person that came in with me, wherever they were placed in my other organization, is where they were lined up to come into my new business. And 99.9% were on my left. So every single one of them could get spillover because I was already getting an abundance of spillover from the other side of my leg. So I wasn't having to build a ton. But when you're new, you guys, you're building both sides. But if I come in and I say, man, what I wouldn't give to have a George on my left side. Okay. I could probably cycle 10 or 20 times in a day if I had a George. And you can either sell a product, okay, and you're going to get about 30 PV, okay, or you're going to sell a person. Okay. And I used to tell everybody it's like franchising through people. If I have an opportunity right now and I used to go into that 90-mile radius, and out of that 90-mile radius, I knew that if I had to get home, I could get home. But in that 90-mile radius, how many people could I help get their own little mini oil well, their own mini franchise started by just making a minor investment from 200 to 2,500 or $800? And I would literally, you guys, when I had my children's stores, it was $100,000. It wasn't $2,800. And I wasn't guaranteed anything. I ended up closing after 4 years. Okay. And I lost a lot of money, but I gave all of the insides of that store to the poor and the homeless. Why? Because I thought it was the right thing to do. They were always outside my store looking in the window. And I'm going to tell you something. There are people right now looking in the window at 3, and you have to decide, what am I going to do? How am I going to talk to them? Who am I going to talk to? Okay. Because right now, wasting time is not an option. And I believe me, you guys, I've had a lot of time to think about that, sitting out there behind that fire. We've been under for 10 days. That fire has just circled our ranch. And I feel like this protection has always been there. And everybody said, what are you going to grab, Cindy? What do you need? I said, you guys, I don't need anything. Okay. I do need my passport because I'm traveling in October on that trip. And I said, I do need my little box of jewelry, and I need a couple of outfits because my class reunion is this Saturday. But other than that, you guys, I kept looking around thinking of all the things that really didn't matter. that really I didn't want to spend time stuffing them in a box and throwing them in my car. So the thing is you're now with an opportunity to be able to talk to as many people. And my goal right now is I have 21 applications. I've always said this. I have 7, 14, and 21. 7, because I do my follow-up. I've always done my follow-up. 7, when I do a follow-up, I'm constantly, how are you doing on those products? What do you think about them? If I could name you, if I could give you a couple of your friends, some of that same information, who would that be? And if you start driving the lines of your business, and I know that George knows everything about driving a line. If I said to you that you may not find your aces on your first generation, you may not find them on your second generation. You may find them on your third and fourth and fifth generation. And if you dig deep and go down and start working with those people and you start looking into your organization, somebody says, well, I only have 3 people. Well, then go get 3 more. Okay. You don't just have anything. Don't limit yourself. But what I can tell you, you guys, is that enrollment is important. And when I'm talking to you, it's more important. Why? Because of where I'm going to place you. Okay. Because right now, I don't need to put a ton of people. I don't need to put one person on my right side. I don't need power up volume. I like power up volume offers because I'll probably in my lifetime not be able to use it because there's so much of it. But the key is that for all of you guys that have the benefits of a business, use them. Right now, you guys have the $400 packages. Do you think I need more product? Well, yes, I do. But the key is that it's business. And if you're a business person, you're going to utilize those opportunities for your business. I was able to hand a couple of brand new packages to brand new people that started that day. They didn't have to wait for their products to come a week in the mail. I handed them the box and I said, look, this is the $400 pack and I'm going to have your pack sent to me. Let's get started. And the very first day she sold 4 products. Why? Because she had them and she could go in and talk about them and she could feel them. So the key is that even if you don't think, well, I don't know if if I'm saying the right thing to the wrong person. You're not. You just got to keep saying the right thing that's coming from your heart to anybody and everybody that's willing to listen. I have some 20-year-olds, you guys, and I remember working with Ty and Scott Bennett. Okay, the 2 youngest millionaires, and they sat and listened at front row and center. Now Ty has written about 6 books. So I'm just telling you that if you have people that are willing to listen to you and you're willing to train them, we've never had what George and Adrian have put out there for our teams to be able to work with. All of the training materials. I just sent out 4 more of the videos and things that we've been archiving because I loved some of the people that were speaking. So if you find somebody that just gets to your heart and you think that's the person I want to work with, that is your business partner. Every single person in 3, you are business partners to them, even though you are not personally sponsored by them. I heard Daniel Piku say that. And if Daniel Piku says that, then it's true. We are all a team together, not singular. You guys, there's no I in team, and you cannot build a team without other people. So just remember that when you're out there and you're getting ready to do your follow-ups today and you're ready to start closing, okay, and you're thinking, okay, I don't know really what to say. If you're not doing 3-ways, you guys, I'm going to tell you something. In the old days, you guys, it was 3-ways to the freeway. If you're not utilizing a secondary resource to validate you or to validate this company, I really feel like you are missing out because you can't always tell the story to the people that love you the most because you don't know it all and you don't want to be a know-it-all. I don't want to be a Dan Goobler, but I probably send out Dan Goobler as much as anybody. Why? Because he's a great resource. What is 3? It's a great resource. What is Spark? It's a great resource. You guys, that's free to all of you. All of you. You're not spending a ton of money trying to get an education where literally, you guys, I've probably spent $100,000 like George over the years on trips and training all over the world because it was beneficial to my business. So you just have to remember how important that part of it is. The other thing, you guys, before I close, okay, is when you decided to say yes to three, okay, and you made that decision, who were you really saying that to? Were you saying it to the other person just to get them to shut up? Or were you just saying, you know what? I really think I can do this. I really think that I have one more in me. Because when my company closed, you guys, I said I would never do this again until somebody that I trusted and believed in said, Cindy, it is so important because of the fact that you already have a bunch of people that love you and that trust you, that you have to talk to them because this will be their opportunity of a lifetime. You've had a lot of your own opportunities. You've walked across every stage that every company that you've ever been in. And the saddest part of that, you guys, was that I didn't have my organization walking with me. And this is the very first time that I believe that every single person, I'm watching it happen, gets to walk across that stage, and I can be the proudest mama bird out there that I've ever wanted to be, because I knew I could do it, but I wasn't for sure if they could do it. And now I believe that anyone can do it. Why? Because it's not there's no tricks, you guys. They're not saying, well, only the people with the names that start with S are going to make it across that stage. They're going to be those 3 stars. I didn't have a clue, you guys, but when I came in and I had 21 founders, not only did I go 3 star, I went 3 star pro and had no idea. I was only about 13 away from going 3 star elite. Okay. And then didn't realize that all of those cycles were going to go away and I got to start all over again. So just remember, you guys, even if you make a mistake, you get to start over. Even if you think that I didn't do the right thing, you still get to start over. But you get to do it with a team of people that all care about you and care what. And that's the part about binaries, you guys. They really do care whether you succeed or not. Because if they succeed, you succeed. If you're bringing in tons of volume, they're cycling right along with you. So it's that important for them to keep building and you're building so that way you guys can cycle together. So I think I might be over my time limit, George.
No, you're really good, really good. You're on fire. And by the way, I just want to acknowledge the fact that you're on the call, even that you've been very close to evacuate or not after all the fires that are close to your house. And I have to acknowledge that your commitment, because it's not only your commitment to the business, but also to share with other people too. And it's why you are in the call. Because listen to your message. uh, she was in another company that crashed, and she said, I'm not going to do it again. How many times we've been in similar positions? We are in a bad position, never do it again. Even something simple. For the first time you eat sushi and sushi tastes terrible, and you say, I'm never going to do it again. But one day you give it a one more try. I did that, by the way. The first time that I tried sushi, I said, how humans can eat this? Because I didn't know anything better, and I went to a bad sushi place and I didn't know what to order. Three things. Then, but one day I tried a good sushi and said, actually, it's not bad, but it's the same
Mhm.
thing. You
Mhm.
have experience sometimes, and the fact that you are here again is amazing. Talking about the simplicity also of our pay plan is so different, and we take it for granted. But try to be in a pay plan where you have to build so many legs, dozens of legs,
Try
in order to find
15.
the 2 or 3 leaders that you want to build, or 5 or 6, depending on the pay plan. It's much more complex, and the simplicity, the fact that we have incredible team leaders here working with you all together. And the only thing that we need is one more thing, is just to do it. That's simple. But I really acknowledge what you're doing, and I'm proud of what you are doing, and super
Thank
excited.
you. Thank you. And
Anybody wants to comment?
keep those prayers coming. We sure need them, you guys.
Okay,
California's hot right now.
that's right.
Really hot.
That's That's right. And by the way, always go when you're building, make money, but help people to make money too. It's not
Absolutely.
only you, like something that you say also, not for the money. Yeah, we are making money, great. But at the same time, make sure that you people are making money too, because it's funny when people say money is not important. Okay, send me your check.
Yeah, George.
I
Yeah.
it's but it's so important that you help your people make money, and that's why the pay plan, when we were working together as a team when it was being designed, the idea is that, okay, just build two legs. There's no any limits of how much you can earn when you're building two legs. I'm not even talking about the ranks yet. You can go
Mhm.
deep in this team, this company. And then on top of that, we have amazing products. I mean, they're in the PDR. Tell me how many of our competition are in the PDR or they are actually publishing the products in real publications, not like some companies that they say, we have a study, but then is publishing something called, I don't know, whatever the names, rare names, things that are not even recognized. And we had the results and we had the teams.
We do.
Anybody wants to comment, say something about today's call? Anything that you came to mind or something that you want to share? Okay.
I
Everybody's
think they're
quiet. I
awake.
can't believe it.
All right, George.
Good
Okay, super
thoughts.
excited. One more thing that I'm going to share really quick. Actually, let me see. It's just to remind everybody of, of this. You can see it there. 3 a day, company standard, 3 a day. Make sure you are exposing, you are sending the message from your phone every at least 3 a day. That's 90 per month. That could get at least 3 or 4 people, new people that are coming into your business. Make sure you do that. That's the new company standard. We have the new packages too. The welcome here. Okay, yeah. Actually, let me do it here.
Hey, George.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, I was down at Cindy's for a week and I never met anybody with more guts than that woman. Oh my goodness. You think you know somebody, and then you see what they go through for their people. You see how much that they do. And I am so grateful, that she took me under her wing because the only people I would have is the rest of the team. Oh, gee, that's a lot of really good people, right? And it's like, it's amazing to me. It is absolutely amazing. We are so blessed and we are so highly favored. And thank you, Jesus, for Cindy Maddux. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, you guys.
Love you,
Thank you very
girly.
much.
Yeah,
Yes,
love you too.
she's an amazing leader. She's been there, and many of the people that she knows, we know, like Nathan Riggs. I mean, he was an inspiration in the network marketing industry, and many other people that we happen to know. And and we have legends here. I mean, we have Cindy is a legend. That we have the Smith. We have Christine Peterson. We have, of course, Kim Wee. We have people that have been a long time in network marketing, like me, for example. I've been, geez, Christopher Columbus, I think, was in my downline too. But anyway, yeah,
All right.
and we are working together here. And the cool thing that we're mixing the old with the new. What do I mean? The new technologies, but and what's the old? The basics. The basics never change. You still talk to people. Face to face is best. It's funny because some people say, "Well, I ain't gonna have a Zoom call," and the person live 5 blocks away. No, when the person is close to you, just talk to them face to face. Now, what Zoom does is created an incredible opportunity to talk to anybody, wherever they are, and wherever we are. Could be a person in Alaska, could be a person in Australia, and somewhere in Melbourne, Australia, or could be in Hong Kong. Who knows? But that's what expand the business. It's more powerful and simpler than it used to be ever. And we had the credibility of the products, an amazing, 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 amazing group. Gosh, I get excited, and I'm the one talking. What do you want? You want to share something right now before we go? I know I can see people that are thinking, do I say something? Yes, you can. Some people I can see smiling, saying, okay, I haven't something to say, but I didn't brush my teeth yet. Doesn't matter. We are on a Zoom call.
One of the other things, George, one of the other things that I think is really, really important is that you find some like-minded people and you start really building, having that extra support. I can't tell you how important this morning call is for everybody. And even when I miss it, I have to grab it. And generally, I don't miss it. And the reason is because some people need to get up and have that cup of coffee. They need to have somebody poke them in the butt and get going. And it's like when you make your list, you make sure that you're on it. You're on that list. All the things that you're going to accomplish. And at the end of the day, okay, if I don't have everything accomplished on a list, I move it to the next one. I don't just throw it in the trash. I move it to the next one until I get it done. All right. Okay, you guys, I get to try and go get.
Thank you very much, everybody.
To try and get to go home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Cindy, and
Bye,
thank
you
you.
guys.
Make sure make those contacts today. Remember, tomorrow we have social media. We are going to go out. It's kind of strong into the app because we are making sure that everybody's doing this 3 a day because everybody can be successful. It depends on us. The
And
company is
really-
not going to make you successful. We are not going to make you successful. Go ahead, Cindy.
Really quick, I am getting ready to put on my 50th class reunion. I've put on all of my class reunions with my best friend, and it just happens to be this Saturday. Okay. And I have to tell you guys, in the last week, we thought that we were done putting people's names on our missing or our deceased list, and we lost 2 more in the last 3 days. That's the importance of us sharing, sharing good products with people, good products that can really make a difference. And, and what they died from, I know that we have products that can help people. So by doing that, you guys, we have that opportunity. So I'm going to go get ready for a class reunion and a fire. Bye, guys.
Okay.
You are a
Thank you,
fire.
Cindy.
That's
God bless you
Thank you
guys.
very much, and thank you, everybody, and have an
Bye.
amazing, amazing day. Thank you.